welcome back to Rue's Life. It's November and it's time to show you around the plot and the polytunnel. We're going to start off outside. I'm just inside the shed at the moment, and this area here, as I have mentioned before, the long-term plan is to put a bit of a patio or decking area here where I've got the table and chairs, and I am actually going to create one more bed here which I'm going to dedicate to growing flowers. So let's move round to the beds. So here we are next to the squash frame, and they've been really successful considering how late on in the season everything was started. Just here I've got some leek in a pot, and I'll move you around and show you there are still just a few squash, but I need to get those in really before it really gets cold. We have had a couple of frosts already. They seem to be surviving. They haven't been heavy frosts, but I don't think they're going to put up with much more. So here you can see are some tiny little butternut squash, and there is another one up here, and there are a few more. I never seem to have much success with my butternut. I start them at the same time as all my other squash, but they just don't seem to grow big enough. So if anybody's got any hints and tips, please do drop them in the comments below. And here we've got a fairly decent sized crown prince, and again there are some smaller ones forming, but I don't think they're going to have time to come to anything. And just here is the last of the patty pan, which I need to get harvested. And this is a Yukikikiri, but again I don't think it's got much of a chance of getting any bigger, but it might as well stay there. It's got two chances. But all in all, I've been really pleased with my squash harvest this season. And here we are at the brassica bed, and you can see here the sprouts are looking absolutely great. I have pulled away some of the lower foliage because it was getting a bit yellow. And I've done the same with the kale, which is still going great guns, and also with the purple sprouting broccoli, and I'm still getting lots of pickings from both of those, and I've been really pleased with my brassicas this season. And then in this middle bed here I have put my overwintering onions, and I've got two varieties, a red variety and a white. The red are electric and the white are radar. And just at the end of the bed there is the celery, and I'm going to overwinter that again as I did last year. And then this bed, I haven't actually started to do a huge amount of clearing here yet, because as you can see I've still got some lovely calendula. I've got the yellow and the orange calendula, and they're absolutely gorgeous, and there's just a few of the Californian poppies still left, so I'm leaving those at the moment because they're just so lovely and cheerful. But over the coming weeks and months I will start to clear this bed. I will take out the bean canes and the pea sticks and give it a good old weed and tidy up. You can see just through the bean canes there, I've moved my owl into the middle of where I've popped the onions, and that's just to deter any of the birds that tend to come. So the pigeons, the partridge and the pheasant that tend to hang around, it's just to deter them when those onions start to sprout from wanting to pick them out. And I have really found that owl to be a fabulous deterrent of birds. The raspberries here are looking really healthy. They were young plants that one of my sisters gave to me. They're an autumn fruiting variety, so I didn't expect any fruit from them this year, but I'm hopeful, as they've developed so well, that next year we'll get a good harvest from those. And then at the end of this bed, the strawberries have been absolutely fantastic, and in fact they are still fruiting, and we're getting the odd couple of strawberries a day from those, but they're not going to do for much longer. The rhubarb has been absolutely fantastic this year, and I've had a fabulous few harvests from that, and it's been really tasty. So let's move into the polytunnel. So as you can see, it's looking quite empty in here, apart from these plants you can see to the left, which are the remnants of the tomato plants, and they do need to be pulled out, as do some of the other plants. So I'll walk you through everything as we go. So in this corner we've got the remains of the chilli plant here, but I'm not going to get any more from those now, and the same with the tomatoes. There are still a few green tomatoes on there, but they're not going to ripen now. So when I have time, I will be chopping all these back and taking them completely down and clearing that corner. Then moving into this bed here, there's actually nothing in this bed at the moment, so that is an empty bed. Here we've got the courgettes, which just need to be cleared. There's nothing left on those now. We have had, saying that, there's just one more there, look. We have had 2 or 3 courgettes over the last week or so, but I really don't think we're going to get any more now, but they've been fantastic. I've still got some peas on the go just here. They were across in the corner with the tomatoes, but I've just moved them down here for now, and we're going to get a little harvest off those. Then in the smaller bed at the end here, you may have seen in a previous video that I have put some leek seedlings in this side, and in the far side I've got some red barren onions. And then moving across to the long bed, I've recently sown some carrots in this section, some turnip in that section, and I've got some chard and perpetual spinach down at the end there, and I'm just waiting for some germination on those. Just beneath us, this is the remnants of the basil, which just needs to be pulled out, and these were some flower mix which were really, really pretty over the summer months. And then up on the staging, I've got this Melianthus major here, which was again given to me by one of my sisters, and I need to get that into a bigger pot. And then I've recently sown some celeriac, some cauliflower all the year round, some peas and some leek into those pots. And that's pretty much all we've got going at the moment. So even though we're into November, there are still a few bits and bobs that I will have growing, and I've still got plenty to harvest outside. I hope you've enjoyed looking around and seeing what I've still got growing and what I've got planned and the seeds that I've sown. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below how your gardens are doing and what you're growing at the moment. Thank you for watching. If you are new to my channel, please do consider subscribing and hit that bell icon to get notifications of all my latest videos. But for now, take care, and I'll see you all again soon.